All right, FightHype.com. Sean Zittel here with the very exciting and talented young lightweight prospect, undefeated. Our guy Emiliano Vargas, who is itching to get back in that ring, sparring at 3:30. He fights
Right.
Mexican Independence Day weekend on ESPN, September 15th. What's going on, Emiliano? How's it feel not starting the summer at school anymore, man? Not yeah.
Yeah, we did graduate last year. I am 19 years old. But I just want to be prospect of the year. I want to be the most active fighter on the top ranked stable. I want to bring out huge performances every time I step into the ring and have the fans tuned in by their TVs every time that they hear that I'm fighting or I'm on that card. So very grateful to ESPN and Top Rank for allowing me to have my live ESPN debut. So we're looking to take advantage of that.
That is awesome for you, man. Congrats on that. And but we are about to start the fourth quarter of the year. So
Right.
looking ahead to 2024, how many fights do you want to get in the calendar year, of next year in a 12-month span?
2024, I think, whatever my manager, my father tell me, if they tell me I'm fighting 10 times, I'm fighting 10 times. So, as long as I'm healthy and uninjured, then, why not? Let's do it. I know, even some of the greats like Oscar, his first year, he fought 13 times his first year. So, you're talking about that's once every month and twice in 1 month. So, that's the type of things that I'm looking to do, the activity, and fans love it, man. They say I fight more than a toxic couple. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking to keep that going.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson did the same thing you're talking about. So it
Right,
sounds like you're really in love with boxing right now. Is that right?
right. I think we're getting past the aspect of fans thinking that, my father, is forcing me to do this, or look, man, at the end of the day, I love what I do. This isn't work. I love to be in the gym, and it proves it. I would, if you're someone that hates boxing, why are you fighting so much? I'm fighting a lot. I love what I do. I love, the feeling of jumping on those ropes and having the fans embrace me and just putting on performances for these fans to see. So, and in that, I'm not just fighting for belts or money or fame. I'm fighting for identity as well. So I think becoming my own man and fight by fight, we're doing that.
Well, you actually use a good word there talking about identity. What kind of identity and style do you feel like you're forming right now as a fighter?
I think definitely a boxer puncher. I think I could do it. I could do both. I'm not just a Mexican brawler. I think I look up to Canelo a lot, man. I wake up and I watch his training videos. I go to sleep. I watch his fights and every night, and then I'm in camp. So I'm shadowboxing, and that's one of my boxing idols, man. It's just I know our styles are very similar. Boxer puncher, I got pop, I could box, I could put pressure, I can, so whatever's necessary to get the job done. And honestly, think I could do that. I definitely think I could do that.
How do you think Canelo's fight's going to look with Charlo next month?
I think honestly, look, Charlo's going up 2 weight classes. I commend him. I definitely do commend him because he's daring to be great. But at the same time, I really do feel that, Canelo is even still maybe I would say even some people are saying that he's over the hill or this or that. But look, man, he's dangerous. He's dangerous regardless. You've seen it with Sergey, you've seen it with even Ryder. Ryder was stiff competition, man. So and we'll say what you want to say. He's still the face of boxing.
When you're watching him, what are you incorporating into your style and into how you fight from him?
I think just the being smart aspect. I know the difference between him and probably other Mexican boxing champions would be, more emphasis on the defense. I think taking that into account and not getting hit as much, but inflicting a lot of damage and, getting these knockouts still, but still having great defenses is a beautiful way of boxing, I think, because one, it pleases the fans, and two, you don't get hit. So the punches hurt at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if we could minimize that, why not?
Well, and I know you're a guy who worries about how he looks too, you know, so you're not
I
trying to.
mean, we got to do it looking good too. You know what I'm saying? So
Is Canelo basically the only guy, past or present, that you're studying right as of right now, or are there some other guys in the rotation in the
I
film?
like Oscar. I like Roy Jones. I like James Toney. I like and you can see a lot of this stuff definitely in my style. Like sometimes I want to spar like Oscar. I throw a lot of combos, a lot of jabs. I love Oscar's jab. I definitely love Oscar's jab. So I try to emphasize my jab a little bit more. We've texted here and there, and I picked his brain, and just using the jab a lot. He's told me so. Just things like that. I would definitely say. I like watching Canelo's earlier fights. Earlier
Mhm.
fights. It reminds me that, at the end of the day, I'm a work in progress. So if I can take those things that Canelo's doing now in the beginning of my career, and they're just gonna flourish and only advance, and so that gives me definitely room for improvement. And I'm my biggest critic, man. So all the haters that type these comments and this and that, I'm telling myself that before you even tell me, or I'm my biggest critic. So it's what it is.
Speaking of Oscar, are you more like Oscar than your pops Fernando when it comes to image wise?
I definitely I would never try to be like my father. My father was him, and even I don't think people could replicate him. It's original. You can't replicate the son that's original. So I wouldn't, one, in the process trying to be my own man and try to be like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I mean, I'm me. I'm a competitor. It doesn't matter if I came from a good background or not. I'm a competitor. So that means if you think you're gonna step in the ring with me and think you can beat me, that's the beautiful thing about boxing. There's two men, both of them think they can beat each other, and one's gonna win, right? Somebody has to be a loser. So I'm all about competition, whether it's tic-tac-toe, whether it's checkers. I want to win. I want to be the winner. And I see the same thing in the sport that I'm in. I'm doing this for sport. This is what I love to do, and I want to be the best. So, like I said, if you think you're gonna get in the ring with me and you're gonna knock me out and do this, and a perfect example of that is my last fight. Dude was talking and this and that, and I'm gonna do this, and that only animates me more mentally. I may not show it, but at the end of the day, this is boxing. So you could do all the talking, you could do all the antics, but it's just you and me in the ring, and no one can save you. And your trainer can't save you, your wife can't save you, your father can't save you. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and you. So and one person has to come out as a winner, and I believe that's me. So I'm very, very ambitious, and like I said, I'm very grateful for what my dad has left for me. I think every father dreams to leave something great for their son,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do the same. I want when my son is getting his name called during roll call to feel proud of that last name the same way that I do. So I'm definitely chasing that. And like I said, I just want to be the best. I want to be known as the best. I want to, have fans know that, excuse my French, I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what it is.
Do you think this is the best or the deepest division in boxing, the one you're coming up at, lightweight? And to add on to that, where does your speed, because that is one of the things that jumps off the tape when you watch these early fights of yours, where does your speed stack up with all these great lightweights?
I mean, look, the boxing division is stacked, right? And like my dad says, everything in due time. I truly believe, and even sparring, George Kambosos and sparring Shakur and sparring all these people, I know I can. Even before that, I knew I could compete at the level, and me already stepping into there, even me being younger, or even now as a kid, I'm a kid, I'm a little boy, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
with these grown men, but I knew I could compete at this level, and those sparrings only affirmed it. You know what I'm saying? I come back to the corner, and my dad's telling me that I am undisputed lightweight champion of the world. So I believe that. No one can tell me I'm not that, right? Because I'm there competing with the best. So I know I could do that. And not just that, everything in due time. I know I'm 19 years old. I'm barely about to turn 20, next year. So I just turned 19. And like I said, everything in due time. I know Top Rank is I'm with the best promotion company in the world. And, they've made countless champions. You're talking about all these champions being champion or becoming champion at 25 years old, 26 years old, 27 years old. So it's just I know I'm in a grown man sport, but at the same time, I know I can compete with these guys, because I've been in there with the best. So I'm just testing my skills every day, every training camp. And when it does come down to that time, man, it's only gonna be surreal because I'm only confirming it. I know it in the back of my head, but when it's time.
We might be only 19, but it can't be too far, right? Because Pops got
Right.
it done at 22, youngest junior
Exactly. That's what
middleweight
I'm
champ
saying.
when
So
he did it.
I
Yeah.
think I think 2021, man, I really think, with 2, 3 years of professional experience, I really can do that. So
You mentioned some of the guys you sparred. You ever spar Devin too? Devin Haney or
Evan, actually, I never got the chance
okay.
to. I would love to. Obviously lives here in Vegas and trains at the Top Rank gym. So the work is always circulating around here in Vegas, and
Mhm.
it's. I would love to get in there with him, man.
Is Shakur the best guy you sparred since you started sparring the top guys in Vegas?
I think I think every fighter, every sparring has a different, you know, I would say strong suits, but just as in distance, he's great with distance. I'll give him that. Great with distance, beautiful with distance. He made me think. And uh, I would say, yeah, definitely he's great with distance. Other people, like I've had other sparrings, like Venala, the guy,
Lopez on the main event.
yeah, Venala Lopez, the headliner for the card that I'm fighting on. Man, I've sparred with him, and he hits insanely hard, insanely hard, and
Puro Mexicano. Yeah.
yeah, bro, it's freakish power. It's crazy. So, you can imagine 8-ounce gloves and stuff like that. And just I think every sparring session, has its battles, right? But we take those and we use them for the experience, like, okay, I've been here before, So that's the beautiful thing about testing myself in sparring.
And that guy Venado seems very awkward to
Oh
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll throw
Yeah.
uppercuts from the outside, stuff you're not supposed to do, jump
Right.
at you,
Right.
all that crazy stuff. So I had to be ready for all that. So he's a hell of a fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. And his last fight, I knew he was gonna knock out Conlon, man. I was sparring with him and just the way he was working and his I didn't think Conlon could take a shot. So
Are you thinking knockout September 15th on Mexican Independence Day weekend? Guardado 5-0 from Spain.
oh yeah, I think it'll take me, maybe 2 or 3. This is gonna be my first 6 rounder. I think I'll take my time a little bit more, and I'm gonna show, a little bit more as in feigning, slips, counters, everything that I know I can show because this guy is 5-0, and not just that. I know that I'm gonna have to pull out a little bit more tricks out of the bag for this one, but man, when this is all said and done and it's fight week, this is gonna be a 10-week camp. So, I just came off of a fight and it's basically going to be a 10-week camp and I feel great, man. I'm sparring, I'm not even breathing hard at all. I'm sharp. I'm sharper than I've ever been. I put it on my threads yesterday. This is going to be the best performance to date. And I truly believe that, the way I'm sparring, the way I'm training. So that's how I'm going into this fight mentally, man.
And lastly, Emiliano, thanks for your time today, man. Especially before you got to go spar. Um, how do you see if because it sounds like this could very well happen? Isaac Cruz rematch in Javonte. How do you see that fight going? And did you ever work with Javonte out here in Vegas?
My brother had Amado work with Javonte. I would have loved to get in there, man, but he wanted that kind of like, I don't know, he just wanted a certain look. I think it was
Uh-huh.
for the Santa Cruz fight. So my brother does throw a lot of punches. Santa Cruz throws a lot of punches, so I can see that. But man, that'd be a great fight for for just boxing, man. I know Mexican fans want to see that. Look, Javonte knows where the money's at. You know what I'm saying? Mexican boxing is beautiful, man. We ride hard. We ride hard, and there's nothing like raza. You know what I'm saying? So I think um I think that'd be a good fight. You know, people. I love people, but he didn't look so good his last fight.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, maybe the awkwardness of that guy, but I thought he should have been able to get that guy out of there. He looked like he was just loading up way too much. I thought he got outboxed a little bit for my liking. He did get outboxed a little bit. I mean, but you know, they want to make that fight with Javonte, so I'm excited to see it. I mean, the first one was a great one, so if this one, you know, he has a full training camp. We'll see, man. That's the beautiful thing about boxing. We don't know until we know, you know? So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Emiliano. Should we call you Emmy or Emiliano? Is that Emmy only a family name? Like, is that
I mean,
yeah.
however the fans want to address me, man. Yeah, you know, that's up to the fans. But yeah, I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for the interview, brother.
Good, man. Looking forward to seeing you fight, brother. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Thanks, guys.